Today I'm going to tell you about the story of Dennis. Dennis the Menace. Dennis was a cool guy, man. And I first met him, he came in for an interview when I was in Hamilton, Ontario in the early 90s. And back then, Hamilton was a really run-down old steel town. No work, no nothing. Dennis came in, dressed like Austin Powers. I shit you not. And insisted in the interview of calling me dude, looking like he was... He looked like he'd possibly been on the Jamaican cigarettes. And I interviewed Dennis. I just thought he was a nice guy. So I gave him an opportunity to get started. He did tell me he was a very slow learner. And I told him not to worry about that. People are, blah, blah, blah. First week, Dennis goes out, makes no money. At the time, we're giving away, it was 30% off long distance bills, free. No brainer. Goes out, makes no money. Very, very unusual. Most people do it within an hour or two. Next week, Dennis goes out, does it again. Hits zero again. By which time, guys that he's started with in his same class are actually managing him. It's that quick. So, I'm getting a little bit concerned. And I asked his manager, I can't remember who it was at the time, what's with this guy, Dennis? I said, what happened? He said, oh yeah, he comes back every day. I said, yeah, we meet him every night. I said, how do you go on, Dennis? He said, oh, great. I mean, how much business did he write? None. Okay, what happened? I met some wonderful people. I found a really great coffee shop. This lady in a house made me a really nice sandwich. And I just had a wonderful day. Now, Dennis had come from he was a property manager for a couple of condo buildings. And when I interviewed him, I remember him saying he hated his job. He was making 6 figures a year, but hated it. His actual words were, all I deal with is people complaining all day long. Someone's pissed in the stairs, someone's parked in my spot, someone's not closed the window, blah, 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 Monday till night, 7 days a week. He told me he just hates it. So, I can't quite grasp this. Third week, unheard of. Anyone that doesn't do any, it's a commission-only job. Anyone that doesn't do any business, usually within a day or two, is gone. They either get it or they don't. Dennis carries on. Third week, exactly the same. You know, he comes in, he's smiling every day, he's got the good vibe about him, he's feeling cool. And, nada. After, I think it was 27 days, Dennis comes in and said, you know, I really don't think I'm cut out for this. And I just remember, certain things in our lives we remember, and we'll always remember. I just remember, he blurted out my mouth when he said, I just don't think I'm cut out for this. I said, don't give up so easy, Dennis. And I actually put him with a guy that was from his training class that was breaking every record in the book. Next day, Dennis went out, he got it. There was something just lacking. My guess is a little bit of confidence, self-confidence probably. Sounds like he'd been mentally beaten to death by his previous job. Went out, and Dennis started breaking records. Then within a month or two, Dennis shifted cities, started running an office. Within weeks, Dennis was earning, more than he was earning as a property manager. And his wife came working with him. They both went up to Ottawa, Ontario, to run an office. And, everything went great. But Dennis was so much of a free spirit, one day he just came in and said, oh, I'm going to do something else now. Just like that. And then I never saw him for years. Reconnected through Facebook years later. He was delivering pizza in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Which sounds like, to some people, not great. To Dennis, it was perfect. Now, Dennis was also a property manager. So he told me, he said, yeah, I don't pay rent because I manage the building. So I live rent-free. And I said, so the pizza delivery, what's that? He said, well, I eat free. The pizzas are great. And he said, yeah, so what I learned working with you is when I go there to I deliver the pizza, I just give them the bill, the receipt, and just tell them. I just tell them, I look at them and say, that's where you write the tip. Now, if you can't think of a number to put on there, I can put one on there for you. So which is best for you? And I said, how much do you make delivering pizzas, Dennis? Seriously. He said, I'll make about 100,000 a year. I said, oh, in tips? Well, I get paid a little bit, but yeah, mainly tips. I said, so you make 100,000 a year delivering pizzas. Have I got this right? So yeah, something like that. But I'm free. I just do it when I want to do it. Okay. When I was in Texas years ago, I let Dennis know. And he was, oh, I'll drive down. I had no idea it was a 3-day drive. So Dennis drives down. He starts working with me. I'm just wandering about here. He starts working with me. He automates the whole office. Then decides he's had enough after a month. People would come in. Dennis would be on the reception desk. This 60-year-old hippie with his feet on the desk. And people are coming for jobs. And Dennis would be like, oh, you're here for a job, dude? Yeah. Just go down the hallway there. When you see a guy you can't understand, that's who you need to see, meaning me. So Dennis was a funny guy, man. He still is, a good friend. And after a month, he said, "Oh yeah, I've had enough now. I'm going somewhere else." Off on his travels again. And the thing I get from this is he really is a free spirit to do what he wants. Wonderful guy. Still stay connected with him, and he's one of those guys that just pops up in your life every now and again. But you know, what's my message here? My message here is, here's a guy that was caught in the routine, wasn't about the money, just decided he was sick and tired of dealing with negativity and every day, and decided to change. Made it work. He just made it work. Made it work. He just stuck at it. He didn't go into his own head second guessing whether he could do it or not. He just made it work. And every time I speak with him, he just seems happy. I get random texts from him that, he'll all of a sudden, I'll just get a text saying, oh, I'm going down the Jersey Turnpike to go to a coffee shop. And this was Dennis's thing. Once he got in the swing of it, he'd take a day off every week. And I just went out this morning, it just made me think. And I said, what do you do on your days off? I said, oh, great. Here's what I do. I find a new place to have lunch. I have a great lunch. Nice coffee. Love coffee. This is a guy that moved to Seattle just to try the coffee. Great lunch. Good coffee. And I take a new book with me and I read it. So sometimes to get inner peace, we find simple things. It doesn't all have to be about diamonds and Ferraris. So guys, that's Dennis. He's on my Facebook somewhere, but he's drifting around. So if you want to work me and do this, I've just started a new site, workwiththerealtonycohen.com. Have a look. See you soon.